Alright, E3 time again, and that means I'm going to be going through, well, watching every single E3 conference and giving my honest thoughts of what is, coming out, how the conference did, and all, the good stuff that has to do with E3, because my god, I love video games, and, well, this is a good way to vent. But regardless, it seems that E3 seems to be starting earlier and earlier each year, because what the hell's going on? I mean, there's like an E3, pre-event now. I mean, Bethesda did it like 2 years ago. Now it's like EA's doing it with the EA Play and their press conference, which technically is not part of E3, is the thing that kicks off E3. So whatever. But yeah, let's get to it. And the EA Play conference that just happened, well, yesterday. But yeah, what did I think about it? It was okay. I mean, borderline. Most of it was, EA Sports, and I get it, there's a market for that, but I don't really care for it. So I'm just going to glaze over that. If you're a fan of EA Sports games, awesome. But if you're not, like me, then I don't really care. Regardless, what they did give us is much more, added information of Battlefield, 1 DLC, Battlefront 2, and most importantly, some new IPs. But regardless, let's get to the actual, let's get to the old stuff beforehand. So Battlefield 1 is going to be getting DLC with some cool new maps, and again, it all looks great. I've talked about Battlefield in the past. It just looks fantastic with the new DLC. This is looking better and better, but I haven't bought the game yet. I'm going to wait till the whole, the whole shebang's out for a whole, like a sweet price deal, like the Game of the Year edition. But for now, I'll just skip on by. But Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1 gave me a lot of issues in the sense that it's a great game, just has little to no longevity. The season pass crap in the beginning really pissed me off, and I guarantee it's going to be the exact same thing here again. But with Battlefront 2, we are looking at a brand new game with a single player. And my god, this is something that's been a huge focus on the original games, the PS2 era. So with this being, a full-fledged single player, well, I say full-fledged, hoping to god that doesn't it's like a 5-hour campaign, because we need like a huge, meaty, experience. The multiplayer is great. Again, it's not really long. It doesn't last that long. I mean, like, the thrills do not last forever. Granted, though, what really lasted forever for me in my mind was the VR. But regardless, it looks cool. That's all I'm trying to say. Battlefront 2 looks great, because it makes Battlefront 1 look like a damn beta, like an alpha, like oh, this is what's possible now. Now here's the real game, Battlefront 2. But yeah, it's exciting, looks great. The graphics are the exact same, but much more content, and that's all I care about. But again, the season pass is going to be a definite for sure, so I'll more than likely wait for the same thing again. I'll wait for a Game of the Year edition down the line. But regardless, let's move on to the new IPs. Actually, no, sorry, there's one more IP that they are talking about. And this one kind of hits me right here, because not of the actual IP. I mean, Need for Speed's great and everything. I'm talking about Need for Speed. But Need for Speed Payback is everything that I wanted and more from a Burnout game. And if you watch my past live streams, recent past live streams, you should know that I am a huge Burnout fan. Now, this game looks great on paper. It looks fantastic. It bums me out that it's not Burnout, but the fact that they merged Burnout with the Need for Speed series is understandable, because, just make it all one franchise. The only issue, and this is a big issue, is the fact that it very well may be not a Burnout experience, because it just doesn't, it felt off, like the sense that there was something missing, like the very arcadey vibe that I really miss and love from the Burnout games. I mean, goddamn, oh, it's scary. I recently just bought Burnout Revenge again, because you know what, screw it, I didn't care, I saw it on the screen, like, I fucking love Burnout. I love it that much that I literally just went out and just found it on a freaking store shelf and thought, might as well rekindle that old flame. But this is not bringing those vibes back. It's just, it's too, the crashes seem too heavy in the sense, like, it didn't feel, like, I don't know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel right. And it's not just because, oh, the Need for Speed moniker's there. Like, oh, they could just say Burnout. No, no, no. Because I'm not trying to be an asshole. I want a game like this. I don't care what it's called. It just looks awesome. But it just is missing something. It could be like, the actual, maybe the soundtrack is missing. maybe the actual, you know, carnage of it, like, all those elements could be there. I just don't know for sure, but from what I saw, it just looks like some Need for Speed knockoff, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Like how it's just, they're just purposely trying to crash cars to make them look cool, whereas back then, crashing in a Burnout game was a game mechanic. It was a way for you to win, not just because, oh, look at the cool crash. Like, no, it's the fact of the matter is you're supposed to crash into as many cars as possible, and you gain money that way, or you get to the front of the line when you're racing that way. It's just, I miss that old arcade feel, and from what I saw of the footage, it doesn't seem to be there. It seems to be just another, well, it just seems to be another Need for Speed game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, don't get me wrong, it's a great series, but as a Burnout fan, this is not exactly what I'm expecting, or what I want. But, let's move on. I will talk about the big one at the end, but there is one more thing I want to touch on. Anthem. Anthem, they just teased this like space shooter. I think that's kind of what the vibe I got from it. It was like a space shooter, but we'll hear more about it on the Xbox press conference. I'm hoping that it's good. If it's an Xbox exclusive, I'm gonna be bummed out, but hey, I can get it on my PC, so who cares? But yeah, it looks cool from just the tease. They gave us literally nothing, and well, I guess whatever. But next up on the chopping block, and possibly the one that surprised me the most, is, what's it called? A Way Out, a new IP, and this game seems really cool because the whole premise is you get to play one of two characters, or you get to play as two characters as a full-on co-op game where your two characters are escaping prison, and it looks freaking awesome. Part of me was kind of shooting back to, this kind of looks a little bit like Uncharted in the sense, like the gameplay mechanics, but it brushed those stupid thoughts aside. I mean, it's just a third-person kind of game. But it does look cool in the fact that you have to work together, or that you could have two separate, like, games. At least from what it seemed like. It does seem to be a very linear game, you know, different, you know, chapters, different aspects. It's like just the same situations. Like, I don't think it's going to be a full-on free roaming game in a prison. That'd be a little too optimistic on my part, and I feel like that would be a little too muddled, but regardless, story-wise, it looks cool. And as new IPs goes, this looks great. Like, I'm by no means saying that it looks bad at all. It looks really cool, and the fact that it's coming from EA, I am expecting quality, but I am expecting to be screwed out of money. So I'm hoping to God that it's just a single-player game, and they don't try to screw us over like, oh, this, you know, separate DLC stuff. Because as much as I do not like EA, they do make good games. So a new IP from them is a welcome addition. But yeah. Regardless, that seems to be it. And yeah, other than like the press conference, you know, having like, you know, dance numbers, the actual actress who plays the main character in Battlefront II, you know, announced this stuff, and you know, that was pretty cool. Other than that though, uneventful. Seemed like a lot of business types talking about soccer and freaking Madden. It just, the conference is okay. It was a kind of a lukewarm start. I mean, kind of more of a mediocre start, but regardless, it was cool. That's all I'm gonna say. It looked cool. It wasn't, you know, bad, but I just really don't care about it that much. I mean, in the sense of, you know, you're like, oh god, the spectacle of video games and stuff. It was great to see new IPs and like Burnout come back in some sense. Although, the one thing I am still I'm still hooked on, and like my mindset is, if they announce the VR mode for Battlefront 2, I know that Criterion will be more than likely be involved in it again, because they were involved in the first Battlefront 1's PSVR experience, the X-Wing VR mission. But if we get a full-fledged, like, at least mode where there's like multiple levels in VR, I would love that. Or even better, because it's been shown it can be done, full-on VR, like, first-person shooter. That would be awesome. Like, that would be, if that happened, I wouldn't care about the Game of the Edition. I'm that hooked on VR, I would buy it day one. But yeah, regardless, other than the, you know, the big numbers, you know, Battlefront 2, Battlefield 1, the DLC. I don't know if I've been, if at all in this whole conversation I've been saying Battlefield 2 or Battlefront 1, although unless I'm actually referring to it like the VR thing. I might get mixed up regardless. God, I just hate the fact it's Battlefield and Battlefront. Goddamn, it's so hard to keep track of things. Regardless, EA did a good job with the content. The actual conference itself was just meh. Not that many new games for a huge company like that. They're just playing it safe. And since they make a shit ton of money, it's expected. Regardless, well, that's all I'm really going to say. It's my honest thoughts. I thought it was okay. I'm excited for A Way Out. Payback doesn't seem too great. Am I saying that right? Payback? Whatever. But, yeah. It's just okay. I'm trying to see where it is. Yeah, Need for Speed Payback. Just making sure. Sorry. Did I clarify? But yeah, that's the gist of it. And, well, that's the video. And I will be definitely making a video for each conference that comes up in the next couple of days, because I just love this stuff and I just want to share my thoughts. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you think I'm an asshole or think I'm an idiot in some cases, let me know. Or if you guys agree with me in some cases, you know, let's chat it up in the comments. But regardless, now, if you're watching this this late, like, you know, at the time this video is being uploaded, this is not a good reference point of how long the conference is from point to end to me talking about it. This was just, you know, my day was kind of hectic, you know, train ride, having to get home and having to deal with shit. I was tired as hell, but regardless, I will be pretty much making and uploading videos as soon as the conference is done, and I'll be cycling through videos. I'll just be making like content like freaking wildfire in the next couple of days, because as much as I do love watching E3 conferences and, you know, talking about them, this is kind of a long process in the sense that I have to keep making videos and edit them, but regardless, it's awesome. I do this because I want to. This is just, I just love talking about video games. But yeah, all in all, stay tuned. There's more to come. And the next one, I believe, is this conference. I'll just put it right there. And yeah, check in the description. I'll have all the links to the upcoming conferences once they're done. And I'll, you know, give my honest thoughts, you know, give my 2 cents. But most importantly, I just want to talk about how amazing the games are going to be. Because not only are there going to be great IPs coming out, some stuff we already heard about, you know, hope to God we hear stuff more like Final Fantasy VII, you know, the remake, or Kingdom Hearts 3. God knows whenever the hell things are going to come out. But new IPs, Last of Us 2, I doubt it's coming out this year. If it does, that's a freaking miracle, but no way. I just want to keep hearing about games. But again, one thing, the cherry on top of everything, is I cannot wait for the PlayStation conference, because the VR games. Now that VR is out and it is prevailing, I just cannot wait to see what the hell they have in store for us. So I'm glad that's at the very end, because I'm just going to be talking about that to no end, and I'm going to be losing my shit when I'm watching that. But yeah, regardless, that's the whole video. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.